welcome to Scotland and the Drambuie Pursuit. You, me and 10 teams of 4 are standing by for the ultimate way to see, smell and storm the Highlands.
Scottish Highlands, this is what I'm talking about. Come on!
We're talking about a one-day, 120-mile journey from coast to coast across Scotland. As they race from the Isle of Skye to the finish in Inverness, 10 teams of 4 will be soaked and scared on powerboats, buggies, bikes and dizzying mountain peaks. Amongst the foursomes is Team Lawrence, led by World Cup and Grand Slam winner, out to get victory from the Scots here on their home turf.
Well, I'm with my fellow rugby playing teammate Lawrence Delalio, England, British Lion, Wasps, just all-round legend, and he's decided to take on this pursuit. He's absolutely mad. Lol, what's possessed you to do that?
Well, lack of exercise really, and I think we always need a challenge. I thought it was a very exciting thing to do. You know,
You keep yourself fit though?
yeah, I do keep. Well, I'm doing all right. It's only been a year though, but I don't know. I just felt that being up in Scotland, taking on the Jocks again is just what you need, isn't it? Really?
Yes. Representing the Northern Tribes is Scotland's own rugby legend Kenny Logan with his team Daily Record. As ever, the English invaders can expect a warm Highland welcome. Come on!
It's an obvious rivalry.
Let's be honest, Lol ain't gonna got those hills easy, is he? 19 stone. You'll come down well. Yeah, exactly. I'll wait for Lol at the end.
The Scots are confident, but in one day we'll know whether it's English bulk or Scottish beef that takes the glory.
Well, for rugby players or any kind of sportsman, they know that sport can be warfare by other means. Let's take a visit to a famous ancient battle site and find the roots of this race.
Now, the origins to the pursuit can be traced back to this very special historical part of the Highlands. And to talk through a little bit of that history, we've got our own Highlander, it's Ray Owen. So talk to me about Bonnie Prince Charlie. What was going on there?
This battlefield represents the last stand of the Stuarts. This was their last hope to regain the throne of Great Britain, and it failed dramatically here. This was indeed the last battle ever fought on British soil. And Charlie left from here. Charlie left to save his own life and to travel around the Highlands of Scotland for 5 months.
Now, his pursuit is being replicated by the pursuit that we're following, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it's fairly brutal. It's quite a tough environment.
The Highlands and Islands were a wild place in these days, even more wild than it is today. There were very few roads. And the weather, of course, well, you can see what we have here today.
It was the Redcoats, it was the Jacobites, it's England versus Scotland a little bit. We've got Lawrence Delalio going up against Kenny Logan.
Absolutely, I'm sure there'll be great rivalry during the pursuit. Of course, I'll stay completely biased. I have my sword with me and I will be supporting the Scots.
I'll be supporting England. After 5 months of flight from the Redcoats, Bonnie Prince Charlie made it here to the west coast of Scotland for his final escape overseas. To reward those Highlanders who helped him, he gave away his last possession, the recipe for the secret elixir that helped sustain him in those dangerous months. And it's here, on the west coast, that the event inspired by Charlie begins. It's the night before race day and the first stage, an archery competition. Results here score vital points, so tension is high. There are 10 teams of strapping lads and lasses out to win this event, and the quartet to beat are Sheffield-based Drambuie. They're the reigning champions, whose strengths sadly do not lie in the choice of headgear, but in other areas of the event.
I guess the run tomorrow morning, quite looking forward to that. Quite like my running, and we've got some Simon's a very good cyclist. He won the cycling stage last year. I think as a team we won the cycling stages last year as well. So.
That seems to be quite a key one, the cycling.
Yeah,
You'll not see him for just tomorrow.
At 8 o'clock the next morning, the main event and the main action begins here on the Isle of Skye. The first stage is the Zapcats, a mode of transport that Charlie sadly couldn't have enjoyed when he made his coast-to-coast crossing. After the archery, Team Lawrence are in second place in the points and well placed for an away win.
We have There's no jocks.
No. We've screened the team. They all know when St George's Day is, all right, and we don't have any Scottish.
And what was the selection criteria, please, Lowell, for your team?
I needed people who are going to be competitive, going to be the best, going to go for it. These guys actually are all past masters at various different disciplines. I've yet to find what my strength is. I did say that cheating and spoiling was my greatest asset as a rugby player, so maybe sabotage could be involved.
At the end of this stage, there's a cross-country run for one member of each team, but before that, every member of the team has to complete 4 laps of the Zapcat course, and it's at the changeover between team members that time could be saved. Team Lawrence hold on to their lead, and Kenny's boys are in the middle of the pack and have some work to do on the run that follows.
Yeah, I don't think you're taking this seriously enough.
Seriously, I am. But this is a marathon runner. This is like, half marathons, 1:25. This is serious. This is guys,
Okay, well,
you may not look impressive, but trust me, he is impressive.
Near disaster for Kenny's crew. While Lawrence's men are hanging on up front and fighting for that lead. As Lawrence lumbers aboard for his laps, his boys are still up front and the big man needs to use his own not insignificant ballast to keep the cat going at full speed.
Come on then, Lowell. Come on.
That's good.
Yeah, you enjoy that?
Yeah, really good.
You're really going to have to talk me through the entry to your boat.
That was just a straight dive, wasn't it?
Oh, it's majestical.
Straight hooked in, straight away.
It's like off the base of the scrub, try line there, a couple of yards.
Now the runners wait for their turn. Next time they land, it'll be a cross-country run for one member of each team.
I'm pretty confident with Andy. He looks really keen, really up for it. He's like the Johnny Wilkinson of our team, I can see that. Look at him.
Come on, Team Lawrence.
Andy, come on, mate. Hey.
Are you ready, Andy? You ready?
We're ready.
Yeah?
Good to go. We're currently in second at the moment, looks like. In fact, saying that, Lawrence, you see in this corner, we're now in first.
It's Team Lawrence versus champions Drambuie as the leaders hit the beach. Andy's got his work cut out as Drambuie's Dave James chases him down. In the meantime, where's Kenny's runner? Well, he must be taking the high road because on the main road it's Drambuie back in the lead on the 2-mile run. Charlie carried his own secret elixir on his flight across Scotland, and our 10 teams must do the same. We wouldn't want to make it too easy for them after all. This stage finishes after one more blast in the Zapcats over to the mainland. The stage winner scores vital points and Drambuie can't afford to throw it away. But their runner's waiting in the wrong place, by the wrong Zapcat. And Team Lawrence are back in the lead. It's on the final zap to the mainland that the stage points will be settled. Every place gained means more chance of winning, and Kenny knows this.
Come on! Keep running! Keep running! Come on, Paul! One more! I'm taking over third! Brilliant! Go, Kenny!
Over on the Scottish mainland, teams have reached the stage finish and Drambuie take this one, with Team Lawrence taking another second. It's enough to put them on top of the leaderboard, though. The reigning champions are 4th, and Kenny's daily record boys are down in 7th. The Scots need to get on their game if they're going to avoid another Culloden. After the break, they get their chance when Team Lawrence tie themselves up in terrifying knots high up in the Highlands before a whitewater ride where anything can happen. Welcome back to Stage 3 of the Drambuie Pursuit. Kenny Logan's under pressure as stage starts here at Aileen Donnell Castle. England's Team Lawrence are on top of the standings ahead of last year's champions, as well as Kenny's daily record quartet. The first round to Delalio then, but Logan's looking determined to put that right on this brutal mountain bike and running stage. Kenny is the cyclist for his team as each team chooses one rider to begin the 3-mile climb towards Bockbeg. At the halfway point, the road runs out and the running begins. The other 3 teammates carry on the charge, or possibly the stagger, towards the summit. Hallenbui's Simon Chopper Choppin won the cycling part of this stage last year and is storming it again, just as predicted. By himself, it has to be said.
Good link then.
I hope so. So not really talkative.
Well, that's no excuse. Give us a soundbite.
Yes! Living the dream! This is awesome!
But all that most are capable of on this Highland road to hell is a gasp and a groan. And that includes Kenny, currently in 10th, which is a nice way of saying last.
So the cyclists are away on stage 3 of the pursuit. They're heading here where they have to hook up with the rest of their teammates. They then have to scurry their way up to the summit of Bockbeg.
This summit is a good 3 miles of near vertical mountainside away from the starting point. The last section being actually vertical and requiring a rock climb to get there, with the lock where they started looking very distant. Reigning champs Hallenbuie are first to the handover and hit the slopes on foot, and are looking keen for a win on what should be their strongest stage in the event. After them, it's madness in the changeover, with all teams but one arriving in a mad scramble.
Give it some money!
Team Lawrence among them, with Delalio one of the trio taking on the foot section of the climb. Now, Kenny predicted a bad stage for Lawrence here. He'll have to hope it is, with Kenny's boys playing catch-up. Pacing was Kenny's problem on the bike, though.
Was that not fun? Hey.
It's all right to see a little guy just steam right past you. Like.
What do you mean? You were in the lead?
Yeah, I was second for a while. Then third, then fourth. I was all right in the flats. The hills killed me.
Well, so, I don't know whether you can see, you can't quite see, but you just saw Lowell waddling his way up the hill. So we've got a little smile for you.
Others have suffered too, some working so hard they got to the point of saying hello to their breakfast for the second time.
You've missed it. Talk me through it.
You've missed it.
How's it feeling?
I've done a lot of stuff in the army and that beats all.
You're joking me? I thought you're in the army?
I was. Yeah.
I don't think you should be very proud of it. Bless him, just bless him. Is it all out? Is it all gone?
I think so.
Yeah.
If you hang around, you might get a bit more.
No, I don't think we want to see the full shot. We just want to see someone in a little bit of pain. But you're laughing.
A lot
That's
of
quite
pain.
Important.
Yeah.
Nice.
How you feeling, Lawrence?
Well, it's meant to be a run, I think, but sure what happened to that. Whoa.
Well, for those Sheffield Whippets, Lawrence, it certainly is a run.
I'm probably the only team that don't live in London. So we're used to the hills. We're in the hills all the time.
How you finding it?
Good, yeah, top of the hill again. So, yeah, we wanted to win this one. It looks like we destroyed them all, so it's awesome.
Just a 20-minute scamper to this point for these lads. For some others, it's at least twice that. There's a short rest here to put on ropes and harnesses for a final 100-metre scramble to the summit. Daily record have done wonders for Scottish pride, one of the fastest times so far, and overtaking Lawrence Delalio in the process.
Piece of cake.
Lawrence looking like he might have had a few too many of those right now.
Jez, you alright? Go.
Go on, Jez. I'd like to say that we were using the spirit of Kenny there, but seeing the pace that he came up on the bike, absolutely not. We were way faster than him.
How was that out there?
That's good.
How are you finding it?
Well done.
A bit tougher than anticipated. It's good fun though. That hill climb was pretty exhausting.
With the rock face even more treacherous after one of those Scottish showers, it's on to the summit.
Taking green! We're just hauling ass. Bear Grylls, eat your heart out.
After that, teams must do the foot section of the stage all over again in reverse, which at least means it's downhill. Daily Record are soon onto the descent and looking like real Highlanders as they leap down the mountain. While they look like Bonnie Princes, Team Lawrence can only be called a bunch of Charlies as they make a right mess of it.
What's going on there?
It's a physically tough stage, this though, a real test of endurance and courage.
Another day in the office, really.
You alright?
No dramas from Drambuie. The Sheffield boys have got the steal and they take the stage win.
Come on, guys! Yeah, man! Woo!
Let's have a quick chat with this team. Sky Rockets. How was it? It was good. But hilly, obviously.
We took 3 teams straight off the run, so we were pretty happy with that. The team ahead of us had a huge lead, but we think we might have made up some time. We might have freaked them out at the top. They looked a bit worried. And then, yeah.
Just for the cameras.
Well done.
I lost the shoe.
He's there.
Drambusters. Thank you very much.
With a big push at the end, Daily Record have gained 5 places on the hill run.
Kenny is team captain, you happy?
Brilliant, they've done me proud.
Took over a couple of places.
Good lad, that's what it's all about.
About 5 places.
Yeah. No, the bit we slipped on was the zap catch. We didn't get a good start.
We played it too fair.
We played it too fair, yeah. Everybody cheated, me didn't.
Right. Playing dirty from now on.
We're playing dirty from now on. Gloves are off. It could be a murder, come on.
Get out of here.
Okay, cheers.
A good stage reawakens Kenny's Celtic fire. Every second counts for Team Lawrence to maintain their overall position and their dominance of the Scots.
Come on, lads! Come on!
Hey, well done!
Team Lawrence rally themselves on the descent, finishing 7th on this stage and avoiding dropping too many points to their rivals. When it's all over, they should still be well up the leaderboard.
Well, we
Is that a good enough effort?
We were pretty average on this event, but I think the last event was still distinguished.
Just to let you know, guys, we actually came first after the Zat Cat, so we were in front by about 3 points after the Zat Cat.
Right.
Serious?
Now we'll be well back in the 5th.
Right, go and get some fluids. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Awesome effort.
Cheers, Matt.
Well done, Lowell. Good stuff, mate. That.
Remember when we used to do those fitness tests?
Oh, mate, just that horrible.
That's how I felt at the top.
Men's Health are next to finish what was a tough stage for every team except one.
Tell you one thing that right now, everybody is going to hate you. All right?
Yeah. we used to hate. At this point last year, everyone hated us as well, so we're very good at that.
It doesn't matter if they hate you as long as you win.
Absolutely.
It's a drop to 3rd for Team Lawrence behind London-based team the Drambuie and Drambuie, who look safe and sound for a repeat title. As safe and sound as you can ever be in this event, though, anything can happen in the Highlands, and coming up is the whitewater rafting. A drenching descent for certain there, and very possibly in the mountain bike stage too. All this after the break. Welcome back to the Highlands of Scotland for the Drambuie Pursuit, the race that takes us coast to coast across the Highlands in pursuit of the spirit of Bonnie Prince Charlie. It's still early in the morning, and already today our teams have zapped across the water and sapped their energy on a bike and a run race into the Highlands. Amongst the 10 teams reliving the legend are last year's winners Drambuie, on top of the standings and ahead of London boys the Drambuties. Lawrence Delalio's men are third, 14 points ahead of their Scottish rivals' daily record, led by fellow rugby legend Kenny Logan, who's not so chuffed with the way things are going.
What's the problem, Kenny? You've got from me paddling.
I think, right? I got these guys off the internet, didn't I? You know what I mean?
This guy's gonna.
I mean, he's a crime writer, and these guys are off the internet.
These guys.
The internet, you just can't trust it nowadays.
These guys slows down, so that's the difference.
The next stage is a 2-mile time trial descent of the River Garry, a churning stretch of water with rapids carrying names such as Satan's Sphincter, amongst others, which are even less broadcastable. Perhaps most brutally, though, the last 100 metres sees the team having to lug their rafts to the finish line. A character-building experience lies ahead. Kenny's enjoying himself, but with little change in the standings, he'll need to use the next stage to start chasing down Team Lawrence. The stage is set with a few miles of prime Forestry Commission real estate guaranteed to produce pain on the climbs and fear and trembling on the downs, particularly on those dreaded boardwalks where one wobble will lead to it all ending in tears or in the water. The Drambusters taking a wee sip of Highland spring water here. Well, the more beautiful the scenery, the greater the potential for suffering. And the mountain bike course has many stiff climbs for stiff legs, seizing up after earlier exertions. The stage is a time trial, and Drambuie are first to hit the real horrors of this one, the technical descents and the boardwalks. It's another fast stage for the champs, though, and they're more worried about competing with each other than what the other teams can do after them.
That was wet. Oh dear.
Great result. Pleased with it?
You see, last year, obviously we got rivalry between us. So my laces came undone and wrapped around my pedals. And this led Nick to believe that he might have beaten me. This year I've got Velcro shoes on, so no problem. And
Well,
just to kind
but
of.
you've got to be careful. There's an air of arrogance.
yeah. Could be misconstrued as that.
Boardwalk is submerged into a foot of water. You need to go over this lump and then back into a splash of water. I think
So
that's...
the guys at the end might have it a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think there'll be a few, maybe not tears, but there'll be a few spills, I'd imagine.
The claret, you got some claret?
That's probably the most dangerous, scariest thing I've ever done. No control. Brakes, they might as well have been lollipops.
That was that.
There's already blood on the track when Team Lawrence make their run. The times of the fastest 3 bikes in each team are added to get the final result.
Team Lawrence, well, half of your team, half of the team's doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Half of the team are happy.
They'll be doing it. They'll be doing us proud back there, definitely.
What do you think the problem is? Well, we're waiting for Lowell. What do you think the problem's going to be?
Inexperience maybe, and but he's got the spirit, so he'll definitely pull through it.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah,
I'd love to.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
ready to cycle.
Go and overtake Lawrence on the way back through.
As part of his training, Lawrence has been cycling in the Pyrenees recently. But it's no Tour de France, more of a tour of the shops from the team captain.
Do it! Again! Go on, Jerry! Go on, Jerry! Go on, Jerry!
You are the man of the moment.
I'm not built for that. I'm not built for
No?
that. Someone sort of quoted it as downhill mountain biking.
More uphill?
Well, it was uphill for me, definitely. I nearly lost the plums at one stage.
Oh, mate, you're nearly done. Nearly
it's
done.
good. It was
Over
excellent.
halfway.
Well, we were third after the last event, so
I
that's
saw that.
commendable, commendable.
It's not a great result on this stage, though, and it's a chance for Daily Record to win back some points. Kenny's looking fast, determined and brave, and is the first of his team to cross the line.
Go on, Logan!
I have to applaud you, pal.
That was horrendous.
Why? Is that horrendous? Why?
The hills are horrendous for me again. My legs were just so heavy, but downhill was good. It's brilliant.
I've got some
I beat Lowell.
relatively good news for you. That Lowell did 38 minutes.
30 minutes.
What do you reckon you did it in?
29.
28 minutes.
Oh, yes. Yes. I can go, I'm a happy man.
Do you know what? Do you know something else?
He fell off.
No. He is the slowest so far.
Oh, yes. Even better.
The rest of Kenny's team are not too far behind either. It's a right thrashing for Team Lawrence on this stage.
Wow. He's been training in the Pyrenees.
I know. I
and we beat him in the Highlands.
Well, exactly.
What can I say?
Can he take the Pyrenees on, but he can't take the real Scottish Highlands on.
Absolutely.
It's meat and drink to me, that stuff.
I think we all thought that Lowell was going to do well on that one as well, didn't we? But,
yeah, but it was probably the bike's fault, to be honest. There'd be something wrong with the bike. The tyres are too hard.
At least that's what he'll say.
Or the tree moved.
Absolutely.
The path moved. I was going along, the path has disappeared.
My last question for you is about Hallenbury.
Yeah.
Because they're just starting to get a little bit arrogant. I think you need to do something about it, Kenny. I've had a word with Lowell, and I know you've got your own battle going on, but they're starting to walk away with it, and they're getting arrogant. They're being very, I don't know, just overconfident. I don't like it.
They're getting arrogant.
Yeah.
They're the English.
With only 2 stages left, it could be just the time for Daily Record to find some form. And boy, do they need some. Join us after the break for the final 2 stages, motorised mayhem and paddle-powered drama as Delalio gets stuck in the mud and tipped into the River Ness on the way to the finish. No sight of Nessie on the lock today. The only monsters around here are these beasts on the banks of Loch Ness. Buggies will be the transport for the next stage of the Drambuie Pursuit. Lawrence Delalio's team might only be in 3rd place behind leaders Hallenbury overall, but more importantly, they're well ahead of Kenny Logan's Daily Record boys. Kenny needs to get motoring.
There's only a couple of stages to go and the teams are desperate for the points. The pressure now, though, is all on the boy races in them. They've got to get around this messy, dirty, gritty, horrible, muddy track as quick as possible. I am itching to have a go. So before all the competitors come along, I thought I'd lay down a bit of a mark.
not just laying down a marker, taking them out too.
Oh, I'm chuffed to bits with that. 1:14? They reckon that's quite quick. Delalio, Logan, they got no chance. I'm going to thrash them.
The first teams have done their laps and I'm still unbeaten when Lawrence arrives. And the weather gods are on my side as well.
Dying, eh?
I think, as you can see, the rain's coming down a little bit hard. It's going to be tricky for Lawrence Delalio here in his #1 team. But even though you're getting a little bit tired, I think you're looking forward to this bit, aren't you, Lol?
Of course, yeah. I've done the top gear, done the lap with the stick. Everything you told me is in there.
I'm just going to throw it out there. 1:14.
That was
I
your
did
time.
it in. Did it in 1:14.
Right,
I know.
now suddenly I'm not tired anymore.
Exactly. I reckon you got every chance. All right, boys, go and knock them dead. And remember, the Scots are just on your heels as well, so you got to make sure. Yeah,
I weigh 114.
Mass is an asset on the rugby pitch, but on a muddy racetrack, that weight is soon to be a big disadvantage. Logan is very sympathetic, of course.
He stopped. He stopped. He stopped. He stopped. He stopped. He's getting pushed. He's actually getting pushed. He's actually getting pushed.
Eventually, the big man gets out. One minute 45? Kenny's not going to be scared of that.
To be fair, I'm a bit heavy in the slippery stuff, I think. It's not really worked for me, that. I didn't play my joker on that, Vivian. Never mind.
Never mind, mate. Never mind.
Never mind, there's always the kayaking.
We've got to laugh at Kenny, please. Laugh at Kenny.
Lawrence's time is very beatable, but Kenny's only just started and it sounds like he's broken his buggy already. Lawrence has churned it up good and proper and Kenny's getting stuck. He's not happy. Kenny comes in at the end of his slithering lap. It doesn't sound very good.
Well,
tricky there.
yeah, I was just saying, I think the gods were smiling on you there on that corner, weren't you?
I was thinking Lowell's going to love this.
Lowell's going to just kill me.
Yeah, but I'll probably still beat him, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Let's have a look.
As the results come through, it turns out Kenny did beat Lawrence by a few seconds, but as the course gets wetter and the racing lines get wider and wilder, the stewards decide that the variation in conditions makes the competition unfair. So, no points are awarded on this stage. Good news for Lawrence, bad news for the Daily Record.
Should have done better in the earlier rounds, and then
What do you mean better than the earlier rounds? This is my favourite! This is what I was going to sell in.
Don't blame anybody else,
Oh,
Logan.
go away,
blame
man.
yourself.
I'm all right now, to be fair.
Get over it, get over it.
I'm good, I'm good.
You want a hug?
Yeah, good.
So So that's it, as the weather comes in, this is the last stage. It's a running and a kayaking race to Inverness Castle. All the stages have been added up together, the points are put together and turned into a time advantage. And I can tell you, Drambuie have got a 40-second lead over the Drambuies. The Drambuies are only seconds ahead of the rest of the teams. It's going to be oh so close, but let's face it, the winner takes all, first to the castle.
2 miles of a very fast River Ness and a mile run to the castle. Team Lawrence will set off 2 minutes later than Drambuie and crucially 40 seconds before daily record. One mistake in the water could see Kenny's clan overtake his England rugby rival. The reigning champs can't be comfortable until they reach that finish line either. The Drambuies will be very close behind.
This time last year, what position were you
We were
in?
second going into this race.
So you know that it's possible to be caught from behind.
Yeah.
Overtake
No, that's
one.
it.
We've also seen people just capsize for no apparent reason. The current gets them and the boat flips.
We're ahead of Kenny, and he's having a little whinge about it. You know?
Yeah, he's just starting to get a little bit stroppy.
Question the mountain biking. You know.
Well, and got very stroppy about the buggies. All right, Kenny, this is a big moment for you. Not only are you way behind the leaders, but you're quite a bit behind Lol as well.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, you've got to do something about it. It's no
Yeah,
good
no,
just
but
saying.
this is where I get to do it now. Oh, cheers, bro. Do us a favour.
We've given them enough
Lol,
capsize.
Lol, trust me, it was nothing to do with you, their success, your team. It's a bit like the World Cup, really. Yeah, cheers, boy. Doss won it. Remember the pass.
At the end, Loro.
It's all up for grabs on this stage and anyone can win. Each team takes 2 canoes and capsizes are a danger as teams lose their cool. Drambuie almost throwing it away here. The Drambuies and Team Lawrence are in a position to take advantage if they do. But Kenny's only 40 seconds behind, there's no time to lose. Lawrence and partner need to be safe and dry as well as fast as they take one of the canoes. But it's disaster for Delalio. The English are swimming. They're not the only ones though. Logan can overtake and beat them all if he stays dry.
Where's the camera?
It's a successful launch and suddenly he's ahead of Lawrence and in 3rd place overall. The podium beckons and it'll be a stunning comeback if they can keep it together. The danger on this stage is the rapids that the teams have to survive en route to Inverness. Leading teams have thrown it all away here before, but Drambuie are safe and heading into town. Kenny Logan is next to face the rough water. Can he stay upright? It's defeat from the jaws of victory and into the jaws of Nessie go daily record. The rescue boats are on scene. Will it be too late to rescue Kenny's comeback? Drambuie have landed both of their boats and only have to run to the finish. But they'll need those running legs ready because the Drambuies have closed down most of the 40-second gap from the start.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Do it.
While Drambuie are on terra firma, Kenny's at least back in his boat. He's back in the race too, but needs to hurry because every team has to have both canoes at the official landing point before they can run to the finish. And it's mayhem as all the split-up teams try to get back together. Half of the daily record have landed, but the other half, Kenny's half, are missing. They're afloat, but with water in the canoe, it's impossible to steer.
Come on!
That other swimmer, Lawrence Delalio, has safely reached the end now, and his quartet can start running with a narrow lead over daily record.
Straight up the footbridge, up the river, lads.
Right, ready, go. Ready?
Oh, bend now.
Go in front of him and lean over.
Do it! A mile away, up at the castle, Drambuie are coming home to our Highland welcome. They just held off the Drambuies in second.
Congratulations, guys, a magnificent victory. How does it feel?
Good. That's hard work. Yes.
Yeah, it's good though, really good.
Love
Really
winning.
satisfying because they were right behind us.
Yeah,
We got caught right up in the boat. So,
Nearly fell in, actually.
Yeah, nearly fell in at the start.
Not the most graceful of entries into the water.
Sky Forces saved their best for last and took third away from Team Lawrence. Escape to Matrimony hold off Hong Kong Buoy, and they're the number 4 and 5 to finish.
Where on earth is my old mucker Lawrence Delalio? He started this last stage of kayaking in third place, and now he's down to 6th. It could be on, it could be a battle. It could be England versus Scotland, they could lose it.
But of course, there was no need to worry. Lawrence was soon coming up that hill to the finish.
A drowned rat of Lawrence Delalio grabs arms of his teammates, crosses the line as a 4-ball. Well done, Team Lawrence.
Lol. What happened?
Yeah, were you miles past Mr. Logan, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, miles past.
He was. I fell in.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then he was rowing the wrong way.
A roar for the next team, but it was Men's Health and still no sign of Kenny.
Good work, good work.
And here they come, the Scots boys. You've beaten Lowell's beaten the Scots boys. You're gonna have to talk me through that. What's going on? You got claret. It's a boat race, not a boxing match.
The boat did hit him in the face.
What, you hit him in the face?
No, the boat flipped. Sorry. Smashed me in the face. I was shocked.
And the stragglers coming through, look. The clan, 2 girls, 2 boys. Well done indeed.
So, under the ever-watchful eye of the Flora MacDonald statue, Drambuie entered the Hall of Fame with a 2nd successive title. Lawrence might have thrown away the podium finish, but he just and only just managed to stay in front of Kenny and win the day for England. All that remains now is the after-party, a well-earned bit of R&R for every team.
Kenny Logan, of course, Lawrence Delalio, dare I say, victor of the day. Let's reflect, shall we? Sorry, pal. Let's reflect. Was it a good day? You enjoy yourselves today?
Brilliant day, great laugh, good laugh. So many different things and just having, so many people doing well and people doing bad and in the water, out the water.
It's a test of character, which obviously I've seen before a few times. And we had a great day. We're up at 6 o'clock this morning. Straight into the Zap Cats, which woke everyone up, pretty fresh, and hill running. I think the highlight for me was whitewater rafting. I've never done anything like that before, and as a group, and To be honest, I think that, you know, not only my own team, your team, but all the teams have been played in the right spirit. You know, no one whinging. I mean, if Austin Healy had been here, just would have been whinging about the score.
Well, I had a little moment.
You had a little moment. Bit disappointed not to make the podium, Kenny, but, you know...
Did you make it?
Seconds last, mate. I know, I didn't.
Oh, shut it.
Yeah, seconds last, didn't it, really?
He didn't make it, did he?
Well, that's it from me. It looks like the party's going to kick on, and I quite fancy joining in. Congratulations, of course, go to Drambuie, worthy winners. But a little mention, of course, to all the other teams who have tried to tame the Highlands today. We'll see you next year.